She was the envy of thousands, glamorous photos from exotic locations, designer clothes, a thriving social media presence boasting millions of followers. Yet behind the glossy images, Sarah's financial reality was crumbling fast. Despite the allure of luxury, mounting credit card debts and missed payments cast shadows on her lavish lifestyle. The harsh truth was clear: many who seem to have it all are only a step away from financial collapse. Sarah's story is a stark reminder that without awareness and control, even the most seemingly successful can fall. But how did she get here? And what can we learn before it's too late? David wasn't a celebrity or a social media star, just an average man living in Dallas, Texas, juggling the challenges of a middle management job alongside family responsibilities and mounting bills. Like millions of Americans, he found himself quietly slipping toward financial collapse, a place where the weight of debts, missed payments, and shrinking savings created a nearly suffocating pressure. Month after month, David struggled to stretch his paycheck to cover essentials like rent, groceries, and utilities. According to the Federal Reserve's 2024 report, nearly 40% of U.S. adults say they would struggle to cover a $400 emergency expense without borrowing or selling something, a staggering figure that reflects how common David's situation truly is. This isn't just a story about numbers, it's a reality felt deeply by families across the nation. How did David get here? The path was subtle and paved with small missteps that, compounded over time, became overwhelming. Experts highlight several primary causes behind financial downfall. One of the main drivers is easy access to credit cards and loans, which many see as a safety net but often become traps. The allure of low-interest introductory offers, combined with the convenience of buy now, pay later schemes, tempts people to spend beyond their means. According to a 2023 survey by the National Endowment for Financial Education, 60% of Americans rate their financial knowledge as poor or fair, underscoring a widespread lack of understanding about debt management and budgeting. Without this essential knowledge, many find themselves unprepared for unexpected expenses or income disruptions. David's situation was worsened by a combination of factors. A stagnant wage that barely kept pace with rising living costs, increasing healthcare bills, and the pressure to maintain appearances for social and family obligations. Like many, he found himself caught in a cycle of borrowing to pay previous debts, with interest rates slowly spiraling higher. But amidst the crisis, David took a pivotal step: he sought help. He started by meticulously tracking every dollar spent, a foundational strategy recommended by financial counselors. This process revealed surprising patterns: multiple subscription services he barely used, frequent takeout meals, and impulsive online purchases. Recognizing these as money leaks, David cut back sharply. He also reached out to creditors and negotiated a debt consolidation plan, lowering his monthly payments and interest rates. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau affirms that debt consolidation, when done wisely, can be a powerful tool to regain control. Implementing these strategies wasn't easy and required patience, discipline, and a shift in mindset. Yet over the course of a year, David's credit score began to improve, his savings slowly rebuilt, and the suffocating anxiety gave way to cautious optimism. His story exemplifies a critical lesson: no financial situation is hopeless if one takes informed and deliberate action. Recognizing the warning signs early and applying proven strategies can transform desperation into hope. Jessica had always dreamed of a comfortable life in suburban Ohio. She worked tirelessly, juggling 2 jobs to support her young daughter after a painful divorce. Despite her efforts, bills piled up, and the gap between income and expenses grew wider. She began to feel trapped in a financial quicksand. The harder she struggled, the deeper she sank. According to the U.S. Court's bankruptcy statistics of 2023, over 700,000 bankruptcy filings were recorded nationwide, reflecting a troubling trend that affects people just like Jessica every day. Financial experts identify several key causes behind these overwhelming struggles. One of the leading factors is medical debt, a silent crisis in America. The Kaiser Family Foundation reported that nearly 137 million adults in the U.S. faced medical bills in 2023, with many unable to pay, leading to cascading financial damage. Another significant cause is job loss or income instability, which impacts nearly 25% of American households annually. Additionally, lack of emergency savings leaves families exposed to unexpected costs, from car repairs to sudden rent increases. These pressures combine in a perfect storm, pushing many toward financial collapse. Jessica's situation was compounded by a lack of financial education and planning. She had never been taught how to budget effectively or how to prepare for emergencies. Like many Americans, she relied heavily on credit cards to cover basic expenses, unaware of the long-term damage accruing from high interest rates. Experts highlight that nearly 50% of adults carry credit card debt month to month, with average balances exceeding $6,000. This cycle of borrowing only deepens financial vulnerability, making recovery seem impossible. However, Jessica found hope by engaging with local nonprofit organizations specializing in financial counseling. They helped her create a realistic budget, negotiate medical debt settlements, and connect with job training programs to improve her earning potential. One practical strategy was the 50/30/20 budgeting rule, allocating 50% of income to needs, 30% to wants, and 20% to savings or debt repayment, a method proven to restore balance and control. Through persistence and support, Jessica gradually rebuilt her financial footing, proving that even in the darkest moments, recovery is possible. Jessica had always dreamed of a stable, comfortable life in suburban Ohio. After her painful divorce, she found herself as a single mother working tirelessly to support her young daughter. Juggling two jobs, one full-time at a retail store and another part-time as a caregiver, Jessica barely managed to cover rent, utilities, and childcare. Yet, despite her relentless efforts, bills steadily accumulated, and the gap between income and expenses widened ominously. The financial pressure felt like quicksand. Every attempt to stay afloat only pulled her deeper into debt. According to the U.S. Court's bankruptcy statistics from 2023, over 700,000 bankruptcy filings occurred nationwide, with a significant portion representing families like Jessica's, hardworking individuals overwhelmed by circumstances beyond their control. Several critical factors contributed to Jessica's financial turmoil, echoing trends faced by millions across the United States. One of the most significant causes was medical debt, which has silently become a massive crisis. The Kaiser Family Foundation reported that nearly 137 million adults in the U.S. faced medical bills in 2023, many unable to pay, leading to cascading financial consequences such as damaged credit scores and collection lawsuits. For Jessica, an unexpected hospital stay for her daughter resulted in thousands of dollars in bills she could not afford. Job loss and income instability further compounded her challenges. Studies reveal that nearly 25% of American households experience significant income fluctuations annually, which can devastate fragile budgets. Jessica also lacked an emergency savings fund, a common issue in the U.S., where only about 40% of adults report having enough saved to cover 3 months of expenses. Without this financial cushion, unexpected costs like car repairs or rent hikes became insurmountable obstacles. In addition, Jessica's limited financial education left her ill-prepared to navigate the complexities of budgeting and debt management. Like many Americans, she relied heavily on credit cards to bridge the gap between earnings and expenses. According to recent data, approximately 50% of adults carry credit card debt month to month, with average balances exceeding $6,000, a burden that creates a vicious cycle of high-interest payments and growing financial strain. Jessica's mounting credit card balances only deepened her vulnerability, making it harder to regain control. Despite these challenges, Jessica's story is one of resilience and hope. She sought assistance from a local nonprofit organization specializing in financial counseling, where she received guidance tailored to her situation. Through personalized coaching, Jessica learned to implement a realistic budget based on the 50/30/20 rule. Allocating 50% of her income to necessities, 30% to discretionary spending, and 20% to savings and debt repayment. This approach helped her regain a clearer picture of her finances and prioritize crucial expenses. Moreover, the counselors helped her negotiate with medical providers, securing debt settlements and payment plans that eased immediate pressures. Jessica also accessed job training and career development programs, expanding her skills to pursue better employment opportunities. Over time, these steps allowed her to rebuild her financial foundation, reduce debt, and improve her credit rating. Jessica's journey underscores an essential lesson: financial hardship, no matter how overwhelming, can be overcome with education, support, and strategic action. Her experience illustrates the importance of accessible resources and community programs in helping individuals reclaim their economic stability and hope for the future. After regaining control of his finances, Mark realized that rebuilding wasn't enough. He needed to build smarter and stronger. He understood that relying solely on his small business income was risky, especially in an unpredictable economy. To protect his family's future, Mark began exploring additional income streams and investment opportunities. Research shows that nearly 40% of Americans engage in side gigs or freelance work to supplement their earnings, a trend that reflects growing awareness of income diversification's importance. Mark started by leveraging his skills and network to offer consulting services on landscape design to other small businesses and homeowners. This not only increased his cash flow but also expanded his professional horizons. At the same time, he took time to educate himself about the basics of investing. According to data from the Investment Company Institute, about 55% of American households owned stocks in 2023, but many lacked a clear strategy or understanding of risk management. Determined not to fall into common pitfalls, Mark studied diversified portfolios and the importance of balancing risk and reward. He opened a retirement account with automatic monthly contributions and allocated funds to low-cost index funds, which offer broad market exposure and reduce individual stock risks. Additionally, Mark invested in real estate crowdfunding platforms, enabling him to participate in property investments without the traditional barriers of capital and management. These strategies helped Mark build multiple income streams, increase his financial security, and create wealth over time. Mark's journey underscores a critical insight: financial recovery is not just about paying off debt but creating a sustainable future through smart income and investment strategies. His example demonstrates that with education and persistence, anyone can transform financial setbacks into opportunities for growth and stability. With multiple income streams and steadily growing investments, Mark realized that the next crucial step was to secure his financial future with a long-term, sustainable approach. He understood that short-term gains and quick fixes would not provide lasting security. Instead, Mark committed to building a comprehensive financial plan designed to protect his family and preserve his wealth through any future economic challenges or personal crises. This realization marked a turning point in his journey, moving from survival mode to strategic growth and resilience. One of the fundamental pillars of Mark's new strategy was establishing a robust emergency fund. Financial experts widely agree that having savings to cover at least 6 months of living expenses is essential for weathering unexpected events such as sudden job loss, medical emergencies, or economic downturns. Mark automated monthly transfers to a high-yield savings account, which not only helped his savings grow faster than a traditional account but also minimized the temptation to withdraw funds for non-emergencies. By doing this, he ensured that he would have a financial safety net ready whenever life's unpredictable moments struck. In addition to savings, Mark expanded and diversified his investment portfolio to reduce overall risk. He balanced his holdings across different asset classes, stocks, bonds, and real estate, to protect his capital from market volatility. This strategy is supported by countless studies showing that diversified portfolios tend to perform better over the long term while minimizing losses during downturns. Mark also became diligent about regularly rebalancing his portfolio, ensuring that his asset allocation stayed aligned with his risk tolerance and financial goals. Insurance coverage became another crucial component of Mark's security plan. He prioritized obtaining comprehensive health, life, and disability insurance to shield himself and his family from the devastating financial consequences of illness, accidents, or loss of income. Data from the Insurance Information Institute reveals that nearly 45% of Americans lack adequate insurance coverage, exposing them to enormous financial risks. Mark's proactive approach gave him peace of mind, knowing that unexpected medical bills or tragedies wouldn't derail the progress he had worked so hard to achieve. Perhaps most importantly, Mark embraced the mindset of continuous education and adaptability. He recognized that the financial landscape is always evolving, influenced by changes in markets, technology, and personal circumstances. To stay ahead, Mark made a habit of reviewing his budget, investment performance, and long-term goals on a quarterly basis. He sought out financial news, attended seminars, and consulted with advisors to ensure his strategies remained effective and relevant. This disciplined approach not only enhanced his confidence but also set a positive example for his family, who began adopting healthy financial habits inspired by his dedication. Mark's journey from financial crisis to sustainable stability illustrates a powerful truth: achieving lasting financial security requires more than just recovery. It demands knowledge, strategic planning, and relentless persistence. By building a strong foundation and committing to lifelong learning, anyone can protect their future, withstand economic uncertainties, and thrive in the face of adversity. Mark's story is a testament to the transformative power of financial education and intentional action, offering hope and a roadmap for those seeking to rebuild and secure their lives. As Mark looked back on his financial journey, he realized how far he had come from the precarious days of debt and uncertainty. The transformation was not merely about numbers or balances in a bank account, it was a profound shift in mindset and lifestyle. His story, though uniquely his, echoed the experiences of countless Americans who face financial hardship yet possess the resilience to overcome it. The lessons learned and strategies applied offered a blueprint for anyone seeking to escape the cycle of crisis and build a secure future. One of the most significant revelations for Mark was understanding the importance of early warning signs, the red flags that signal impending financial trouble. Whether it was missing payments, increasing credit card balances, or an inability to save, these indicators often go ignored until the situation worsens. Studies reveal that proactive monitoring and timely action can prevent 70% of bankruptcies, emphasizing the value of vigilance. Mark incorporated regular financial check-ins into his routine, using budgeting apps and financial tracking tools to stay informed and in control. Moreover, Mark embraced the role of education. Not as a one-time event but as a lifelong commitment. Financial literacy empowered him to make informed decisions, avoid common pitfalls, and adapt to changing circumstances. He became an advocate in his community, volunteering to share his knowledge and mentor others struggling with their finances. His experience underscored that overcoming financial adversity is not just about personal gain but about uplifting others and building collective resilience. Mark also understood that recovery and growth require patience and persistence. Setbacks are inevitable, but they do not define the journey. With a clear plan, disciplined habits, and support systems in place, he proved that sustainable financial health is achievable for anyone willing to learn and act. His diversified income streams, emergency fund, and balanced investments became pillars supporting his peace of mind and family's well-being. Ultimately, Mark's story is a testament to hope, resilience, and transformation. It shows that falling into financial crisis does not mean the end but can be the beginning of a stronger, wiser, and more secure life. By recognizing warning signs early, investing in education, and implementing practical strategies, anyone can break free from the grip of financial instability and build a future filled with opportunity and stability.